Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for October. I almost just said September or August. I don't know. October 10th. We're just going to jump right in here, Scorpio, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. In your first row, we're going to look at your general energies. In the second row, we're going to look at anything unexpected that could be coming in for you. In your next row, we're going to look at any messages from your future self in this row right here. And then in your last row, we're going to look at the good stuff that could be coming in for you. So it doesn't matter what shows up here. It's going to be positive no matter what. And I keep forgetting that this deck, it must be this one. I've been looking for this deck because it has the Nine of Swords twice in it. And you have the Nine of Swords twice, so we're going to leave it. It must have been, meant to be, so we'll just leave it there. But you start off here with this commitment card. I don't know what is going on with you water signs, but, well, I'm a Pisces, so I shouldn't talk. But what I would say is that all the water signs have had basically love readings. You have this card, you have this companionship card, Four of Wands. I don't know if it's just like the end of the year, water signs are looking for love or what, but definitely coming up here. Even if you don't want to love, you could just want some sort of companion. It could be like you wanting a new pet, or maybe you just want some friendships, or you could also be working on building a community here, I see. So, if you're doing any of those things, I would say it's a great time for that, clearly, for whatever reason. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Four of Cups. Maybe you've been dealing with some like toxic energy in the past with love, obviously. It's pretty crazy. All three water signs, I'm pretty sure, had the Devil. So again, you all could be dealing with like devilish energy or someone who is toxic. But I also get the feeling of needing to kind of like bring something to the head. These two people right here, they kind of have these animal horns on their head. And the animal horns represents animal instincts, and I kind of feel something needs to, that some of you who are like working on projects, you have the star here. The star could be a big goal, wish, dream project that you're working on, and I feel like something needs to be put out into the world. It's like something needs to be almost created in the world, if that makes sense. And so I feel like something needs to come from just the idea of creation, just the idea of you creating something to actually doing it. And that could be what's going on here as well. If it's not love, again, take it how it resonates. You just need to commit to make something happen with this commitment card. You have the Five of Pentacles, though. This is telling me that you just don't know if you have the resources. This could be financial, but it also could be like mental resources or just time, right? You're trying to figure out how to bring something into existence is how I see this reading, but maybe without the resources that you think you need. You have the Four of Cups. You actually have everything you need. The whole point of the Four of Cups is that he has everything he needs in front of him. He just needs to accept it into his life. I always say that the Four of Cups is like trying to manifest a cake, but he's manifested the flour, the sugar, and the eggs. He just needs to mix everything together. He just needs to mix together the ingredients and put it into the oven. And I kind of feel that energy for you here. The Devil doesn't have to be love or a toxic person. The Devil can just be a situation. Like maybe maybe you just see the situation you're in as like an energy vampire or just an energy drainer. So, and it could just be your life in general. And I do feel that for some of you, where it's not really talking about anything. It doesn't even have to be that bad, right? It could just say that you just know things could be better. And I feel you're kind of trying to create that in your life, just a better life, right? With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Three of Wands. What are you waiting for? Things are never going to be perfect, right? Three of Wands is my card that says, if you're waiting for there to be a perfect moment, there never will be a perfect moment. So the time is now, and it's time for you to get started on whatever it is that you're thinking about starting. With the Devil energy of the Ten of Swords, again, you want this to end. The Ten of Swords is saying that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I feel like you're over it. You want some blessings. He's making a symbol with his hand here that represents blessings or receiving blessings. So I really feel you just want to receive blessings. With the Four of Cups, you have the Eight of Cups. Yep. I feel like you're walking away from things that no longer serve you and just moving towards fulfillment. So love it. Look at this. Going Eight of Cups to the Six of Swords to the Star. It's like you're moving towards something much, much better. So I kind of like where this is going here, Scorpio, so far. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have the Serpent card. It says a sly and subtle approach is needed. So if you're meeting someone new in love, for example, this could say that you need to take your time with this person. You could be going through a change as well, I'm getting with this card, so maybe you need the time anyway, but I do feel that will be, that you'll be perfectly fine. I feel like you can make it work. I also feel in work or business, again, I feel it's more talking about like planning, this sly and subtle approach. Like if you have a job, a full-time job, but you want to start a side business that you want to turn into a full-time business, I feel this is kind of talking about the approach. We also see this with the Seven of Cups. So you have the Seven of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Four of Wands. I feel the Seven of Cups is talking about your approach. It's like you're looking at an opportunity, the star. Really, I feel this whole entire reading is kind of talking about whatever that star is for you. Could be love, could be true love, could be a business, could be, starting a new health routine, could be anything. And the Seven of Cups is like, you see all the good things, you see all the bad things that could happen if you put the work into whatever the situation is. But I kind of feel like you need to just get to work. It's like you can dream about it all day long, but until you bring it down to earth, nothing is going to happen. You have the Six of Swords as well. Again, I feel that some of you know you need to leave a situation. The Devil situation doesn't even have to be a person, like I said. For some of you, I literally just feel it's like your situation. That's the best way I can describe it. It could just be a combination of everything that is going on in your life. And I don't even think it's that dramatic, right? Sometimes I just think we just want to change. We just want things to be different. And I kind of feel you're in that space where maybe you just want things to be different, so you understand that you have to go through this transition that is a Six of Swords, going through the choppy waters to get to the calmer shores. You have the Four of Wands here. Four of Wands could be marriage. So again, this is the area of the unexpected. And again, there could be a person coming in for you that you will marry in the future for sure. But this is also a card of just being done. It's a completion card. This right here kind of looks like a finish line. And so I feel like for some of you, you could just be done with the situation. And is it really unexpected? I would say no, but maybe you're just more, maybe what's unexpected here I'm getting intuitively is that you're more comfortable just walking away from something without really, giving it too much thought. So it could be like a job or business or a career. And I feel like you're just ready for the next thing. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Knight of Wands. Again, maybe you've experienced inconsistent energy in the past, and that, that could be in the back of your mind. A lot of retrograde energy at the end of the year, and again, I think a lot of people could be dealing with this, where it's like you could have your eye on a person, but you could be like, are they going to cheat? Are they going to be inconsistent? So I would let go of the past. With the Six of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands. Again, it's funny that I said you're going to have to go through the choppy waters to get to the other side. I feel like some of you understand that you're going to have to go through some sort of rite of passage, but what's the benefit of a rite of passage? Well, no one else does it. It's like when you do hard things in your life, you usually become more successful. That's why I always encourage people to do the hard things. Like, trust me, I get tons of comments that are like, people that are like, yeah, but it doesn't have to be hard and all this other stuff. But those people are always the people that have no picture on their little profile on YouTube, right? So losers. And I offended someone the other day by calling people like that losers. So I apologize, but they're losers. So get over it. Number two, right? But what I would say here is that I want people to be successful. And so you have to do what is hard or go through the hard things to get the good stuff. And I kind of feel like you understand that. I feel like you've already been through a lot of the hard stuff as well. So it's not even like you're going to be waiting forever, whatever you're building up here. With the Four of Wands, you have the King of Swords. Could be someone older than you, and that could be surprising to you, Maybe you're attracting a person who's older than you, and maybe you're just surprised that you would go for someone who's older than you. Could also be just that you're attracting someone who I kind of do feel in love. You could be attracting a person who you're just surprised. Like maybe they're really good. Maybe they're an amazing person. Who knows? Maybe, I'm not saying you feel like they're too good for you or anything like that, but I just feel it's a little bit maybe surprising. Who knows why? For others, I feel like you're getting more and more clear. All the water signs have had these cards of like great clarity coming in, and if you can tell, I'm not very clear today. I can't even get my words out. But what I would say is I feel like there's a great deal of clarity coming in for you here. Next, in the area of messages from, what are we doing here? Messages from your future self. You have this wolf card. It says cunning and stealth on it. So again, another card of kind of like doing things stealthily, doing things behind the scenes. That serpent card pretty much said the same thing. So I feel like if you have any big plans, maybe these are plans that you want to work on behind the scenes and keep to yourself for right now. A lot of people have been getting readings like this, so the energy doesn't surprise me. But what I would say is if you're working on things behind the scenes, like do it and like don't tell anyone about it, especially if you're like starting a business or whatever. I would keep working on things behind the scenes because you're going to be successful. You have the Star, the Four of Swords, and the Nine of Swords here. The Star is a card of hope, faith, and renewal. It's also a card of like having a goal or working towards something. I really feel that you're seeing something as possible in your life. You can see that she's pouring water onto the land here. This represents the fact that if something is possible for one person, it's possible for you. And so I feel you're kind of just seeing something as a possibility that might not sound very exciting, but I feel like it is very exciting because maybe you just never thought you could like start your own business, or maybe you never thought you could have true love, and you're discovering that it's possible here. With the Nine of Swords is like having a nightmare, waking up and still being in a nightmare. Again, I really get this feeling that your future self is like saying this needs to come to an end. Like I said, sick and tired of being sick and tired here, Scorpio. And I feel like something needs to change here. That you can see here that there's a person hitting another person with a sword right down here on the bed. I always say the Nine of Swords is like my card that says you can be the bug or the windshield in life in general, right? So I feel for a lot of you that I have all these like rules popping into my head here for some reason with the Nine of Swords. It's like, I think there are a lot of bug windshield choices people make. Like, it's like if you're not healthy, for example, then you're choosing to be the bug, right? When we know how to be healthy, for example. So I feel this is saying, and that's just one example. I'm not saying you're not healthy, but what I am saying is, there are a lot of rules in pretty much all areas of life. It's like if someone is a player, and you choose to date them anyway. It's like, are you choosing to be a bug or a windshield, right? When you could choose maybe a person who isn't a player. Just there are a million examples, and use your thinking cap to be able to come up with them. But I would say in all areas of your life, I would ask yourself, am I the bug in this situation, or am I the immovable force? Am I the windshield? You have the Four of Swords here. So much clarity. I get a ton of clarity on this card. I feel maybe you've had a lot of time to, like, a lot of introspection time. I feel like maybe you've recently had a lot of time to think things over about life in general, or about things that maybe you want in your life, or things that you want to accomplish. And I feel because of that, it's like you've gained a lot of clarity in your life, and it's leading to probably a lot more success. Let's see. With the Star card, you have the Four Cups again in the same row. It's like you have everything you need, going this way. Four Cups, Eight of Cups, Six of Swords, Ten of Wands, Star, Four Cups. I feel like you just need to like start mixing things together here to manifest your dream, whatever your star is. With the Four of Swords, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is about curiosity. And again, that Four of Swords, I feel so much introspection. Like I feel a lot of thinking energy on that Four of Swords for you. So I feel like you've been deep in thought about things for a long time. Maybe you've even taken a pause on something that you were working on. It's popping into my head, like if you were maybe before the retrogrades, or maybe even just a couple months ago, you've been working on a project, and maybe recently you took a pause. It's popping into my head. I feel like this is saying, like, keep doing more research about whatever you paused, because I feel there's a lot of, like gold in whatever that is. Like, especially if you were working on a project or a business, I feel it could be much more successful than you realize, but maybe you just weren't successful before. And it's just saying, do your research, because you'll probably find some answers. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Death card again. Right? Are you kidding me? I feel you want this situation to come to an end. You're hoping that the sun comes up. The sun is between the two pillars that are on the moon. So this reading is like saying you're hoping to leave behind a moon period, even though the moon doesn't show up here. It doesn't matter. I read intuitively. I feel like you're hoping to step into the sun is really what this is saying. Plain and simple. At the end here, for the good stuff, you have this companionship card. I definitely feel you could be focused on a companion or having a companion in your life. And again, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be like a new pet. I definitely popped into my head at the beginning of the reading, even before I had this card. So, that's a possibility. It could be a person for sure, if that's what you're looking for. I would also say that I feel some of you are learning to kind of like balance out your social energies. This is the moon in Libra. And so I feel like you're kind of balancing out your energy socially. You have the Five of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Cups again. I didn't even notice that you had the Eight of Cups twice as well right here. But the Nine of Swords in the area of the good stuff, again, everything here is going to be positive no matter what. So the Nine of Swords on the positive side of things can represent temporary situations, or it could just say you're choosing to be the windshield, like I said earlier. For others, I love the Nine of Swords for like part-time work, temporary work, contract work, and anything like that. If you do those types of work, it could be very successful for you with the Nine of Swords. It's also a card of having a comfort blanket or being protected. So you see this blanket right here. It's kind of a symbol of protection and comfort. So I do feel you could be very comforted at this time, or something is comforting you at this time. You have the Five of Swords. Again, in the area of the good stuff, this would tell me that you're taking some sort of risk. The Five of Swords to me is a card that can represent taking a risk. And I feel this is saying if you're taking any risks at this time, that the risk will pay off. You also have the Eight of Cups, which you have twice. And so I feel like you're really focusing on walking towards fulfillment. We have an eclipse this month, and, this is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. Some people say the moon card. I don't read it that way. If you do, that's fine. But, to me, this is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse. And I feel we're entering into eclipse season, and, it looks to me like you could be moving towards fulfillment. It could be very lucky for you, or there could be luck coming in for you during this time. Let's see. With the Five of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles, big, huge opportunity coming in for you. I do feel there's a new opportunity coming in for you. Someone wants to grow with you. Again, if this is love, I feel it's a person who will want to grow with you, a person who will want to build something long-term. This is a garden here on the front of the Ace of Pentacles, and the garden represents something that needs to be taken care of, something that needs, a time, effort, and energy to grow. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be growing something very significant in your life as far as love is concerned. This is hilarious. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Nine of Swords. Again, clearly, the Nine of Swords wants to come out in your reading. I would say choose to be the windshield in this reading, plain and simple. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, you want more equal give and take. And again, kind of funny because I think it was Cancer had a very similar reading. You might be attracting a Cancer, or you might already be dealing with a Cancer, or someone who has a lot of Cancer in their chart. So, take it how it resonates. But I feel you want equal give and take with the Six of Pentacles. We're going to pull 5 main themes now here, Scorpio. I'm sorry, I dropped it, but we're going to see what your 5 main themes for this week are. You have this parrot. It says someone will gossip about you and all your secrets. Every single person has had a gossip card already this week. And I feel the gossip is just, we have Mars going retrograde, so I would be careful of gossip. I wouldn't even take part in any gossip or anything like that. I would pretty much avoid it at all cost. Because again, during Mars retrograde, stuff can come back around and bite you in the butt, so I'd be careful. You have this dog barking card. It says advice from a friend. Again, with that companionship card, you could have people who are very close to you, who want to support you, who want to help you. Could be like a friend. Could also be like a family member I'm getting here. So I would listen to their advice. I think it'll be good for you. Next, you have this happiness card. So I feel like there is happiness coming in for you. This is one of these green ones in this deck. I always clarify these green ones. You have this dark woman, dealings or relationships with a woman with dark complexion or hair. Could just be a person with dark complexion or hair that's coming in for you. And again, I do feel this is love. I also am noticing these birds here. It's like maybe you start communicating with this person, just starts as communication or talking. It could be a long distance because of the birds as well. Definitely popping into my head. You have this claw card that says, be careful, do not take risks. After I just told you to take a risk with that Five of Swords, I feel this is talking about risk with your health, Like I said, with that Nine of Swords, any risk that you're taking, I would just be saying, is this a windshield risk or is this a bug risk? Is this going to make me a bug or is it going to turn me into a windshield? I feel as long as you're doing the things that make you bold, brave, assertive, like all that other good stuff, then it's perfectly acceptable for you to take the risk. You have this Fox card that says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. I really got that feeling that some of you are trying to prepare, like money-wise. You're trying to like make sure you have money so you can start your side business or your side hustle, or maybe you're trying to keep something going here. I feel if you like really get down and dirty with the numbers, that you'll be perfectly fine, and I feel like you'll actually be more successful than ever. So keep a close eye on the numbers, and I feel like you'll be fine. But that's that. We're gonna pull 3 cards now. I'm gonna give you time to think of one question, and I'm going to answer it as if I know what your question is. So feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think your question. Those are the 3 cards right there. And we are going to look at them now. So you have the King of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Sun. Could be a fire sign coming in for you, or a person with a lot of fire in their chart. But it could also be someone from long distance as well with that Two of Wands. So definitely could be love. But if you're asking about business, forget about it. This is amazing. I feel there's a lot of success coming for you. This is entrepreneurial energy times 10, and I definitely feel you could be much more successful this time around is what I feel like saying. Again, if this is love, I feel like there's a lot of attention coming in for you, so I would definitely get out there because, even this whole entire reading was basically about love, and I feel there could be a lot of attention and love coming in for you, but you're going to have to get out there. Sun says you have to get attention, right? For others, if you've been working on something, by the way, I would say get attention on it. Like if you've been working on a project or a business, I feel like it needs more attention. But a pretty good reading here, Scorpio. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.